Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced live stream. I'm Daryl at Darzu on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at GWonderl on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian at Lifterful on the MakeCode forum.
All right, so we've got just a few days before the big holiday breaks. And today, I had an idea for a game. Right now, I'm going to just, call it Untitled Bunny Game for now. And, okay, so the idea was that, snow-themed, because it's sort of wintry in the Northern Hemisphere, snow-themed stealth game where you're a bunny trying to steal carrots. And I think this is going to be fun because we're going to be a snow bunny, so we're going to be all white with just a little pink in our ears and maybe black eyes. And so when we're in stealth mode, all you see is like the little ear sticking up. And then, you can pop out of your stealth mode and then like try and grab a carrot. But you have to, it's going to be a little bit of a puzzle game because, there'll be like farmers watching or something like that. So let's see how this goes. So I'm going to recruit people to help me make assets. But I think, so does anyone want the ambitious? Actually, what I might do is draw the bunny in stealth mode and non-stealth mode, and then recruit help making the animation from like popping out of the snow and then like burrowing back into the snow. So
this is like for cartoonists who draw like animated films.
Yeah, the still
where
frames,
they draw the
exactly.
still frames, and then we have to be the ones that draw in between.
Yeah, you're the
we
tweeners.
interpolate.
Yeah. All right. I'll have you guys do that in a moment, but not just yet. So first, I'm going to kind of draw a little bit of a skybox and stuff. So I think the bottom portion of the screen is going to be sort of snowy, just going to be sort of snowdrifts. We'll see how this looks, and then we're going to have different, maybe like kind of colors of sky. I don't know if this is actually going to work out well. We'll see. And can't get the last pixel there. Okay. And maybe, even darker at the very top. Haven't done a lot of skyboxes actually. Do you guys know?
What's a skybox?
In like 3D games, a skybox is a literal 3D box that's just got like an image billboarded onto it that's like so big, it's like way bigger than the character, and it just looks like the far out horizon. It's kind of like the easy way to do that, I guess.
There's like a 3D modeled world and then just like a flat image in the background is what it is. Kind of.
Yeah.
We have a question in chat asking what we're working on. Daryl had the idea of making a game about a snow bunny because, it's winter time here. So the bunny is going to be trying to steal carrots, and it's going to be masked because it's white. And sometimes it won't be masked.
Yeah, exactly. I think this will be an okay starting point for our kind of skybox thing. Unless I'm trying to think if I can add any more details. I think we may have like little bits of wind that come by or something, but I think we can do that with sprites or maybe particle effects. But this will be the start of our sort of winter land. And I'm going to say, so this is at position like 87, 88. I'm just going to make a note about that because I have a feeling that I'm going to want to treat snow and non-snow differently. Snow line is at Y88. Okay, so we've got our little bit of snowscape. I'm going to draw the bunny standing, on the snow. And then I'm going to draw the bunny in the snow. And then those will sort of be our two main modes. There'll be the bunny revealed, where the bunny can like do things, and then the bunny hidden, where the bunny sneaks along and doesn't want to get caught. Okay, let's make our bunny. And there was a little while when I was drawing bunnies a lot because we made this one series on how to make a bunny platformer game or a bunny jump game, and it's been a little while, so now I'm sort of forgetting, my bunny techniques. We'll see. We want kind of ears going up, maybe a little bit of a nose, some arms, some legs. Yeah, that kind of looks like a bunny. Gotta have little pink ears. Maybe black eye, pink nose, or something. I don't remember how I made the other bunnies. Let's maybe just do that for now. And then I might have people help me draw better bunnies. Okay, so we got our bunny right kind of at that snow line there. And let's move the bunny with controls, and we're only going to move on the X, not the Y. So we cancel out the Y velocity component. Okay, so we got the bunny kind of moving around. All right, so that's bunny mode 1. So let me write some notes about the bunny game. So bunny game, we are going to have, above ground mode where you can, pick carrots, avoid farmers, and then stealth mode, hiding, moving in snow, sneaking. I think that's kind of the general plan. Okay, so I'm going to make the 2 different modes. So we got kind of this above ground mode, and I think I'll eventually do a facing direction so that the bunny sort of turns around when you move the other way. And then I'm going to make the underground mode right now, though. So let's make a variable that is going to be called sneaking, and this is going to track our sneaking mode, and that's going to start with false. And then on, I think, B button, we will switch our mode. We're going to set sneaking to the opposite of whatever sneaking mode is currently. So that'll toggle our sneaking mode. And then I think I'll do an on-game update, every so often. We're going to just check what our mode is and set the bunny to kind of the correct behavior, depending on the mode. Well, actually, since it's a one-time transition, I'm going to actually do this as a function that we're going to call. So I'm going to say switch modes, and then we're going to say sneaking is our mode variable. So in here, we are going to say check if we're sneaking, and we want to call switch to sneaking based on sneaking. Technically, we wouldn't need this local variable, but it'll just make it a little bit easier to sort of reference in here. Okay, so in sneaking mode, what do we want to happen? Well, first of all, in non-sneaking mode, I'm going to want this graphic. So I'm going to set the sprite image in non-sneaking mode to this. And in sneaking mode, we're going to do something similar, but hidden. So I think what I'm literally going to do is remove all of that. And, this is our sneaking bunny, maybe. I think it can probably just hang out in the middle. Actually, I'm just going to size this down. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 by 6. All right. Let's see how that looks.
It'll drift up and to the left, probably, or I guess it won't. It'll look like it drifts up and to the left if you change the size. I'm not sure. There's a bit.
I see. So yeah, maybe we want sneaking mode to use the same size so that we it's easier to transition. And so when we do an animation from the one mode to the other mode, then it can kind of sort of do this. All right, so this is our sneaking bunny. And let's do a couple things. So one thing is in non-sneaking mode, we want to move with buttons like that, and we want to set the bottom to the snow line. In sneaking mode, we want to do something different. We want to set the top to the snow line. And so this is going to be interesting. We actually do want to move. I want to be able to move up and down, I think. And we're going to start off by calling switch modes to initialize all that. So let's see how this works. So we're like this, and then if I hit B, now I'm below the snow line and I can move around. I hit B and I'm back above the snow line. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. Sneak. So maybe that's fine for now. I was thinking that in sneaking mode, you could maybe move, in the Y direction, but, I'm not sure that's super important right now. So, yeah, I think that's kind of fun. What do you guys think?
I like it.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It looks like he's just taking a dive deep into the ground.
Sweet. All right, so I'm going to have you guys help me with this animation. So I'm going to go to our chat really quick and paste this in here. And okay. So if one or both of you would like to make animations, that are for transitioning the bunny into and out of sneaking mode, that would be super helpful.
I can go into sneaking mode. Good luck, Joey.
All right.
Going. Oh, I'm doing out of sneaking mode? Okay.
Probably. I have no idea what that should look like, so that's your job.
You gotta stand up and then look left, look right, and then keep on going.
Yeah, that sounds great. Sweet. Okay, so while they're working on that, happy with sneaky mode content for the moment. So this B button lets us switch into sneaking mode and then sneak around. Let's work on some more of the game. So one thing is I want the camera to follow the bunny, so that when we get the edge to the edge, we can just sort of keep going. Oh, I see. This is going to not quite do what I want. Let's see. What do I want? I think once
well, do you want to scroll the background, I guess is the question?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You probably need a tile map in that case.
Yeah, I would need a tile map if I want to scroll the background. That's reasonable. I can do that. Actually, this is good because I kind of wanted to auto-generate. I was thinking of doing procedural tiles too, in just a horizontal scrolling fashion. So great. So this will be our background image. And actually what I'm going to do is make a hard snow line at, what did we say was our snow line? 88. So here. So this will be our hard snow line. And, I should have used the line tool if I was thinking carefully about this. So the reason why I'm going to do this will probably become clear as soon as I get some tiles going. So I'm going to fill this in with sky. And then this snow line, I'm going to leave the line as it is right now as I kind of work on the game and sort of debug what's going on. Okay, so we've got this hard line, and you can go kind of below and above it. Now let's add a tile map. So I'm going to set tile map. Okay, so how's this going to work? So the level is, what is the magic number? It's like 8 by 10?
10 by 8?
10 by 8?
I think it's 8.
10 by 8.
I'm sure
I think
about
7
10.
if you want it to be 100% included, right?
It's 8 if you want.
Yeah.
107 if you miss half a tile at the bottom.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
So I'm just going to do this to sort of test how this is looking. So, okay, perfect. So this row is going to be kind of where our action is. Yeah, so let me think how I'm going to do this. I kind of want infinite scrolling. But I don't know if that's quite going to work. We can't resize our tile map dynamically. We could do discrete transitions into like new rooms. I think if we want infinite scrolling, the easiest thing is actually maybe to use sprites instead of tile maps. What do you guys think about infinite scrolling?
If we wanted to use tile maps, we would have to do like that weird tricky thing, right? Where it's like, oh, we secretly put you back at the beginning. And
Yeah, I mean that's probably I'm assuming we're not using any walls, right? This is just the tile map's just for display purposes, probably.
Yeah, I think it is just for display.
Then it's probably easiest to do.
Yeah, I think I'll do sprites. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have an array. I'm going to just sort of be creating sprites. As you go to the right, it'll sort of just create new sprites occasionally. So like let's make a list of like the sort of sprites we want to create. Procedural content will be carrots, and those always need to be paired with farmers, so that there's something like to watch out. Little snow dunes as like kind of visual thing to sort of break up the monotony, and then kind of anything else we want going on. So I'm going to do the snow dunes first because I think that'll be sort of the easiest. So as the player is moving right, so what I'm going to do is on game. Ooh, so I think if the bunny, I kind of want a window style where like if the bunny reaches to within a certain % of the right, then the camera starts moving to the right. So I think I can do that by using an on-game update. Yeah, I think we'll want a fluid on-game update. And we're going to say if the sprites, so we're going to compare the sprites X to the camera's X and Y position. So if the bunny's X is, let's say, we can do this a few different ways. So I'm going to say the bunny's X plus some amount, let's say plus 30, whoops, plus 30 is, if the bunny's X plus 30 is greater than the camera X, again, this is the Daryl mode of writing.
Daryl, I've completely converted to this method.
Oh, yeah?
Now. Yeah, trying to do the other one feels wrong now.
Wait, what about this one? Oh, that's like a Yoda conditional?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it based on the number line instead of, the thing you care about. And then something.
Yeah.
So interesting. So camera X is not settable here. We'd have to do this. So I'm going to say set the camera Y to wherever it was, and the camera X we want to be. I'm going to make two variables. So I'm going to say front camera window front, and that's going to be this. So this is sort of the front. So if we're less than that, then we set the camera to that. And we're going to have another one of these that is camera front, camera window back. So does this make sense what I'm doing? I'm sort of doing a sliding
this one window. Will snap though, right? So when you get to the window, it'll snap over. So maybe we could make it smoothly transition if we wanted by.
I think I think this will smoothly transition if whoops, if
because you're never
the
going to
game
move
updates
enough.
are running frequently enough, you know.
Right. Yes, you're right.
But we'll see. Okay, so x greater than 30, x minus 30. Great. Maybe 30 is too much. Let me think about this. So front, back. If the camera's x. Oh, this is the center.
Yes.
Right. I want the cameras. This is a little bit tricky in the math because I can't. We don't have a corresponding set camera left and stuff, do we?
No.
That's too bad.
So
okay. I can do this math. Hang on. Give me a second. If the camera's right is less than this, now we just need to figure out the math here. And that is going to be yeah, okay, so it's going to be the right minus, so one way to do it, there's probably another way to do it. Right minus the x gives you that sort of difference between them.
So that'll be 80, yeah.
And I want to, just a moment, I just need to think through the math. I want to do, okay. I want to do the front minus the right. This gives me the delta. And then I want to add that. So this is bigger than that. So I want to add that to the current x. Okay, that's a little tricky. I think this is correct, right? So when the right of the camera is beyond the window, then take that delta and add it to the current x, you know, and shift the camera that much. Oof.
Good work.
Didn't really like doing that math. Okay, so then if we're below that, then we have to say the back. So then the right, the left, wait, if it's behind, then the left will be greater number, and yeah, greater number, small number, this gives us our delta, then we take the camera x and subtract it from that. Okay, whew. That was a little tricky, let's see. So I think this is basically working. You can't really tell because there's no sprites or anything yet, but that's fine. So we're gonna have to have a notion of sort of like farthest x we've seen in either direction. So I think actually this is going to be a fair bit of the work that we do in the game today is making this sort of procedural content. So kind of the idea is, you know, the first time you explore a new area to the right or the left, I'm probably going to make it infinite scrolling on both sides, then you have some chance of spawning something. So I think what I will do is have a notion of the farthest right and left we've seen. And when you explore something new, then there's some probability in that new region we just saw that it'll spawn something. And we don't want it to be too frequent. So I might do this based on like tile width or something like that. And I could do that by just dividing everything by some arbitrary number. Okay, so that's a lot of talking. But basically, the goal is we want procedural content left and right. I'll start working on that. So this is our, let's collapse this. Let's add a comment. Oh, and can I add a comment that's like, you know, camera update? Oh, you know what? The right way to do this is in Arcade a lot of the time is to create a function. I'm going to call update camera. Doesn't need to take in anything. And all this can just pop into there. And then we can collapse that and call that in here. So the nice thing about using functions like this is that it just sort of helps clean up our code. Okay, so on game update, we'll update the camera. Now let's do this procedural content. So I'm going to create 2 variables, farthest left and farthest right. Farthest right. And, feel free to interrupt with questions and stuff too if you guys want. Yeah.
Yes.
And these are going to start off, with just kind of what the camera can see. And then on game update, we're going to, let's make a new function that is, what do we call this? Like check. We might want to parameterize this and then make it work for left and right. Let's focus on the right now. Check for check new area. We'll say that for now. And we're going to call this frequently. Let's say we're going to call this every, 200 milliseconds. Doesn't need to be as frequently as something like the camera, because we don't need it to be quite that smooth. So check new area. And we're going to say new farthest left. I don't know if this is quite the right way to do it. New farthest. New farthest right. And we're just going to grab the new camera. Oh, shoot. I don't really need these because I can just always use camera left and camera right as my new values. Okay, so if our camera right is greater than the farthest right we've seen, we've revealed some new area. And because we want to spawn it in interval, I'm actually thinking that we will store tile map sizes and not just a raw integer. So if this, as this is stated right now, if I move 1 pixel, we're going to run this code. I think I only want to run this code when we've revealed, I don't know, maybe a quarter of the screen. So let's use something called integer division. Oh, where's that one? Is it one of these? Square root. Integer divide. And we're going to, so a quarter of the tile map would be, or the width would be 40? Yeah. Okay, so it'd be great if this was parameterized. I can change that number if I need to. To chunk width. I don't know, this is kind of weird. It's just going to take any number and it's going to return to chunk width of that number divided by 40. And we can just call to chunk width of the left and of the right. So now we're storing farthest left, farthest right chunk, and then our new thing. Actually, I'm gonna reuse this variable and I'm gonna say, call this num of new chunks, right? Chunks. This is a little confusing. And that is going to be 2 chunk width of the right minus the farthest right we've seen. And if number of new chunks is greater than 0, then we want to run some code for each chunk. What do you guys think? That's kind of crazy, huh?
Sounds right. Wait, are you calling check new area?
Yes, I am.
Ah,
You almost got me. No quarters.
We're never gonna get quarters.
Okay, so let's review real quick. Well, actually, I'm tempted to review, but I think it'll make sense if I just push forward and spawn something.
Yeah. I
so
think
we
you're
have
good,
something
Daryl.
to talk about. Okay, so number of new chunks to the right is going to be the right position in chunk terms minus the farthest right chunk we've seen. And that'll tell us how many new chunks we have. And then, and this should be an integer, if it's greater than 0, then we're gonna loop yes, we're gonna loop for the number of new chunks, and we are going to say I'm going to make a new function that is spawn chunk. So this is actually kind of how Minecraft works. And so basically in Minecraft, as you're exploring around, and I think I can talk about Minecraft because we're Microsoft, as you're exploring around the world and your character views a new area for the first time, the game, has a certain chunk size, a certain size of land that it considers to be a chunk, and it runs a bunch of computations, algorithms and stuff to fill out that land and make it smoothly transition with the other land you've seen. And it does this dynamically, with kind of wherever you're looking. So you can, if you head north or south or whatever, it'll only create what you need to do to see. And then from that point forward, whenever you revisit that area, it's the same. And so that's what we're going to do here, is we're seeing a new area. For all the new areas we see, we're going to create content there, and that content is going to stick around. All right, I swear this will start to make sense. At some point. So I'm going to multiply the index by 40, and that's the chunk width. And I'm going to add to that. Okay, so first, the location of the new chunk is going to be the chunk number is going to be farthest right plus the index multiplied by the chunk width. And sorry, at the end of this, we're going to set farthest right. I'm just going to do this now before I forget. Farthest right to be 2 chunk width of the camera right. How does that math sound to you guys at the moment?
Checks out in my brain. Compiled.
Okay, so to make this super simple, I just want to create some sort of marker so that I know kind of where my chunks are, and then we'll get more fancy as we go. And you know what? The marker is going to be a caret. It's not going to be, carrots in real life. Turns out they're pretty scroggly, weird looking. So that's going to be carrots in this game too. And they have lots of dirt on them. So that's a caret. We're going to create a caret, and we are going to set Let's rename this to carrot. And we're going to set the carrot x to the start x of the chunk. And we're going to set the carrot y, y to the snow line, which is 88, which I should really put in a variable, but whatever. Okay, so here we are, no carrots around. If we go to the right, we start seeing carrots. Okay, so what went on there? So we go to the right, and then we're off by 1. Why are we off by 1? So it created this carrot here, which it shouldn't have done. It did create this carrot there, which is good. Also, this carrot should be a little bit more pointy. It's important for carrots to be pointy.
Appreciate you maintaining realism in our stream.
Oh yeah, it's so essential. So for the number of new chunks, I don't know why we're off by 1, but sometimes when you're off by 1, the easiest thing to do is just add 1.
This is bold, Daryl.
I think this is gonna work. There's a carrot, there's a carrot, there's a carrot, there's a carrot. We just got an infinite field of carrots now, procedurally generated for us. I am slightly suspicious I'm double creating carrots.
What do you mean?
We can check that real quick if you want. Just reset the game real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Press menu.
Yeah.
And then this third.
Show stats. So if you don't know about this yet, you can go into the menu and toggle this third button, and it'll tell you your frame rate and the number of sprites. Because this is a simple arcade game, I'm running at 2,000 frames a second. That's amazing. That's enough to be better than any monitor out there. Anyway, so we got 1 sprite, which is a bunny. We go to the right. Let's see the first chunk that appears. Yeah, we are. On 2 things. So I think instead of adding 1 here, I'm going to subtract 1 here. I think that's actually what I need. Nope, it's not what I need. Okay, let me stop flailing and actually think about what's going on.
I think it's +1 there because otherwise you're starting it at the furthest right? And you've already been there, so you don't want to spawn it. So I think your +1 was good. No?
Yes, you're right. So index +1 because... Oh, I think we want both, actually. So I think what we could do is just say, if the index is greater than...
So our 4 index loops are inclusive, right?
Yeah, and we don't want the 0 index in this case.
Fair, yeah, but we also just don't want the last index, and we want to add 1 either way. We want to think about it.
We don't want the last index. So number of new chunks.
So all of our loops are 0 index, but we want the new chunks to be the offset. So we want it to be. We wish it were 1 base index in this case, just because that makes the math easier. But it's the same as just adding 1.
But so if I do this if statement, it's going to run 1 less time. If I do the +1 in here, it's going to run.
It's going to run 1 less time. What do you mean?
So this if statement makes it skip 1 loop.
Yeah, I was thinking number of new right chunks -1 in the bounds, but.
Oh, well, but then we'd still have so we could do both. We could do -1 there and +1 here.
These are all equivalent things, so whatever you think is best.
Yeah.
I just feel it feels wonky. I always feel weird to do 0 less than 0 equal to index.
Yeah.
It's because you haven't converted to the Joey or the Daryl method.
Oh,
the number line method.
I meant it feels weird to have a if in the for loop, just to cut out the 0.
Yeah, it does feel really weird. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it the right way. Let's. It'll make Joey and I both feel better, I guess. So let's add 1 to the index, and let's subtract 1 from the bounds of the loop. Okay. Let's see how this works. Let's go back to our stats. And let's see if we spawn exactly 1 carrot. Okay, there's 1 carrot there. Yay! And then 5, 6. And if I go backwards, I'm not spawning anything new, but they're still around. And if I go forward, they're back, and I don't start spawning until I reach the edge of those. So I feel pretty good about that. That's kind of exciting. So I would like to do this to the left as well. And let me think if I can just parameterize this. Can you guys think of a trivial parameterization?
If we make num of new right chunks return negative, and then we do abs a couple times, we'll probably do it. That's kind of ugly.
You know, I'm just gonna, sometimes, you know, you can't think of the most elegant code, so you just, you know, do what you know works. Number of new left chunks. I'm gonna do left and right. Luckily, the spawn chunk code will be, I think, the same. So this is going to be left, farthest left.
Another good thing about writing out the code like this is that when you come back to look at it later, it'll be a lot more obvious what you can cut out, because you can just compare the 2 sections of code and then parameterize off of that.
Right. So farthest left, so left is going to be often a negative number divided by 40. And so we're looking for the larger, the number of new chunks is going to be the smaller of the negative numbers minus the other negative number. Yes. This will be the more negative. Therefore, it's a smaller number. Therefore, this thing is positive. Okay. This is a little much, but this is actually, we've had a request for this on the forums, how to do procedural content. This is, you know, one way to do it. So new left chunks. So farthest left is going to be the smaller number, so you're going to get a positive number of new chunks. Then we want to do the same thing like this. We're going to say farthest left times 40. I have a feeling this is going to be weird again, but let's see. Farthest left to the chunk left. Okay, let's just see how this works. So,
I think
what's that?
You have to update your for loop.
Oh, yes. Num left. Thank you. That's probably a quarter.
No.
Okay. 1 sprite. Let's see how we create a sprite over here. 2. Okay. So let me think about this. So it's going to start from the index. We're going to do the farthest left. I think we're going to want some minuses.
Yes.
Maybe both of these. I suspect both of these.
I think,
but let's
I think you swap the two, right?
Well, if it's all minus, it should be okay.
Oh, okay.
I think.
Well, I mean, it will be minus a negative. Right. So.
Right. So farthest left is a negative. And
we want it to become more negative.
Yes. So farthest left minus. Okay. I can do basic math.
I feel like this is further than basic math, Daryl.
Okay, let's see where we spawn. Okay, 2. So I think that popped into existence a little close, maybe. 3.
No, so it's possible that we just want to. I would think it's possible we want to spawn them off screen slightly too, just so that we never get them popping into existence. So we could always just add 2.
Yeah, you're right. So if we want them to spawn farther right, so what we could do is
I'm personally very tempted by just adding 2 instead of adding 1 in the index +1 in both of them.
Is that gonna work?
It'll just move it 1 more chunk off screen. We'll have to do a little bit more initial setup, but after that, it's identical.
Yeah, that should just work, right? So if we do 2 and 2, that doesn't throw off any of our nice properties in terms of.
It just spaces the chunks out a little bit more.
Oh, wait a second. Did I get?
It'll when
yeah.
you see the first caret, you'll have spawned 2 because you're already spawning 1 more off screen.
Yeah, so 2. So we just spawned 1 off screen. And another one off screen. And now the one that we spawned off screen, it appears. Okay, cool. So we got procedural carets to the right, procedural carets to my left. I feel like I'm singing a song. Okay, so check new area. Wonderful. This little bit is done for the moment. So we're gonna be messing with spawn, but I think this code is good. So where's our spawn chunk?
Bottom left.
Oh dear. There it is. Okay, so this is our spawn chunk code. Excellent. Also, let me know when you guys have the animations, and then I'll try and.
Yeah, they're both in chat.
Oh, they're there. Okay. Yeah, I think if we pause this game with just the animations and this procedural carets, we're already in a good spot. So let's move to those animations. Let's see here. So wait.
Vivian is upset.
It's too tempting.
All right, so there's.
Okay. Future work things that we need to add is animation preview to the sprite tool, Shannon sprite tool, and share links, and then we will be golden.
Yes.
Just always use that.
It's so hard to copy these out. Okay.
You can also copy extra. Oh, I don't know. I feel like sometimes it works for me.
It should work if you copy extra stuff in front of it. I made it.
Oh, I see.
I made it match only the image. So if you copy in like a username or something, unless it happens to match the image regex.
That's good to know. Okay, so animation extension. Sorry, if that was too fast, I went to extensions and clicked on animation, which is.
You won't see it now.
Yeah, I won't see it because I just clicked on it. That gives you a new category of animation blocks, which we are going to use to make our sneaking all the more awesome. And I forget every time. Is this blocking?
This one is not blocking.
Okay, so we'll have to do a pause or something. But that's okay. So there's the first frame. Let's add another frame. Wonderful first frame. Strong start. Now let's take this and see if paste works. Oh, it does.
Nice work.
Oh, I'm so excited. And another frame. Whee! And another frame.
It probably wouldn't be that much fun.
I am so excited.
Animation field editor just copies and pastes arrays of images.
Yeah.
That's probably worth the
I did it 100.
100?
Sorry, Joey.
Fantastic. Okay, so at 100, so that takes 100 times 5, right? So I think if we just do a pause here for 500 milliseconds, is this going to work?
It'll kind of work. It'll queue up the button presses. So if you press it twice in a row, it'll work.
Oh my gosh! Can we just take a moment to appreciate? I don't know. I really like this. Whee! Whee!
Okay.
Oh, this is great. This is so exciting. All right, no pressure, Joey.
Well, it's too late anyway.
Yeah, so let's animate the bunny with Joey's wonderful animation. So let's go here. Okay, so what's the deal with this guy? I open it and
it's share link pasted into the extensions.
And
it'll add to the gallery.
Oh, what? Joey's so fancy.
Joey is fancy.
So go to extensions, paste this, And this is some assets that he just created, which is just a project. And then when we reload, it should just add these to the gallery, in theory.
Okay. So I will say I was visualizing this one happening with the bunny. I think it might have to set the position after or before the pause. We'll see.
I see. Okay.
Well, let's see what works.
Okay, so wait, where is my bunny? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the gallery and let's find these new animations. They are at the bottom. Oh, yes, this is so good. Like that. So by the way, if you want to share art with people, you can do this. Oh, did you do... Wait, did I do that right order?
Yes, this is the correct order.
Okay, fantastic. I see. He's looking left, he's looking right.
Then he looks left and right again.
Safety.
Shifty looking. All right. And now we're ready. What speed? 100? 200?
I think I had it at 200. I don't remember for sure. Oh, 100 is pretty fast. You guys take a few seconds to look.
This is so good. All right, yeah, we'll work with the placement.
It might need like 2 pauses to get it halfway up, sort of thing. But
oh, right.
So if it's 200, it had 6 frames. It ends on the 6th frame.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, 5 frames.
2, 3, 5. So does that mean I want 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay, so B pop down, and then I see. So we're gonna need to, yeah, I think you're right. We need to set the position. Let's see how this works. So pop down. Yeah, that works, right?
Yeah, that's, I think, 1 second, let me see it again. Yeah, perfect.
Do we need to get rid of the set buddy image?
You can.
I guess it doesn't matter, right?
Oh, okay.
I set the last frame as that, so it should be
okay.
fine.
Never mind. Okay.
This is fantastic. I might set the top of this guy to be a little higher, because then I think
it'll like smooth it out a little. If it's like
90,
let's
say 100.
Okay.
Oh, whoops. No, the other direction. 70. Let's see. Oh, not that much. Trial and error. All right.
Okay, one more question. Should the ears be poking out from the ground?
Ooh, maybe. What do you guys think?
That would be cute.
I think that would be cute. Okay, so maybe actually what we'll do, is set the bottom to the snow line, to maybe a little bit below the snow line. Let's see how that looks. What do you guys think?
Are we keeping? Is the purple line going to be always there, or no?
No, that was just there to help sort of figure out the snow line. So let me remove that before we get too far into things. Oops. All right, so we've got our little snow line and our little hero character, and I'm going to do one other nice little quality of life thing before I get back to the important game stuff, which is we are just going to check the oh, this might actually be a little tricky. So I was thinking of flipping the image left and right. So we only want to do that if we're not animating. So actually, how does this work with animation right now? So I think we want to pause movement while we're animating. So let's set those to 0 there as we do a transition. Oh, what's going on with him?
If you spam press the button, it will queue him up. So we probably need to do that trick with the run in parallel or something.
Yes, we could do that.
Someday we should add an optional parameter to the controller blocks to say drop the block or drop the event or something like that.
Yeah. Right. I guess we only have a couple minutes. Well, let me think what the important thing to do in those couple minutes are. I think I want to add something besides. So in spawn chunk, let's do a % chance, or not a % chance. Let's do a spawn choice. Spawn choice. And we're going to set spawn choice to a random value between, let's say, 0 and 10. And if the value is, let's say, less than 2, so that would be, is this inclusive? I forget. It's exclusive of the top, but inclusive of the bottom?
It's inclusive of both.
Okay, so this is like,
right.
20% chance, I think.
Yeah, we need the -1 for length. So yes, it is inclusive of both.
Okay, nice. So I'm going to make a new variable that is a dune, and this is going to be, so this is of type food, and this is of type scene, and we are going to, just do a a little bit of a snowdrift here. And what this should do is, okay, so the else is too many times. So let's say if it's less than 3, each of these I'm going to make somewhat rare. Let's do that. Oh, spawn choice. Whoops. This probably didn't make any sense until I did that. So
too easy for the rabbit to get his meal.
Yeah, so let's just, kind of see how this works. So if I'm just kind of going to the right, and I'm never seeing anything. Oh, there's a carrot. There's another carrot. There's another carrot.
Barren wasteland.
I think that the dune is not tall enough. So I think, let's see, what do I need to do? I think if I just raise this a bunch, I forget exactly. We're setting.
Are you setting a position?
In this time, I can set.
Oh, just set the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll set the bottom to the snow line. And let's make these slightly more likely. Okay. There's a little snow dune, carrot, snow dune. If we go backwards, we see that same content. And if we go to the left, we'll see our other content.
Eventually.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ooh.
Wonderful. So this is the start of our procedural generation. Maybe in another stream we'll be able to finish this. We have these wonderful animations. Whoop. Can hide and sneak back up. I love these animations. But we're gonna have to stop there for this stream. Thank you for watching. I am Daryl at Darzu on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Joey at JWonderl on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at Lift Your Phone on the MakeCode forums.